What is the point of dyeing your hair when white always finds a way? Hi, Alex from What Page Are You On said some very kind words, and so this is my version of the backlist book tag, which is probably a tag intended more for reflection. After so much time spent on Booktube, I've been doing Booktube for about 1.5 years now. But for myself, I'm probably going to explain a little more because I haven't done a Booktube newbie tag. Because I started Booktube and for a solid year, I uploaded videos with 100% voiceover and flatlay camera because initially I was like, I'm not the star. The book is the star. And there are a lot of reasons why I chose to go that route. Like overall, I'm just a very visual type of person who's also just short of being an aesthetic person. Not slamming aesthetics at all. I love aesthetics. I love aesthetic people. I wish I could be one. It's just not who I am. How do you say this in English? There's 촌스러운 and there's 세련. I'm very 촌스러워, which it's like Philip Seymour Hoffman's character in Almost Famous. I'm very uncool. I wish I were cool. I wish I was seryun, but I'm not. I'm also very influenced by like I watch a lot of Korean vloggers like New K. But my biggest barrier to entry with starting Booktube was the editing. Doing the 100% voiceover with flatlay, it was just pretty simple to edit. I just wanted to start, I just wanted to get it made. And then after about 1 year of doing that, it started feeling like a little too easy, like something was missing, like the challenge isn't there anymore. So in March, I started to be on camera in my vlogs, speak to camera. So I'm going to switch up the questions a little bit by starting backwards and then ramp up to like my progression, where I'll start with question number 2 and I'm going to select 3 videos of mine that I would recommend new viewers of my channel to watch. My October 2021 reads video, where it shows a pretty nice variation of my book diet, where I'm keeping up with my manga series, One Punch Man. It's when I realized that I always have like one book every month that I read that's like a humorous, stress-relieving, relaxing book that I'm reading during the week of my period. I read a new release that month, Harlem Shuffle by Colson Whitehead, where I like physically hear the stark contrast of a very male voice, a very male genre that feels so contrasting from my regular steady like feminist books. So in that month, that feminist book is Nancy Lehman's Lives of the Saints. And then I also read an Elena Ferrante that month, The Lying Lives of Adults. I also tried to squeeze in a Korean lit every month, and that month I read a good one. I read Skinship by Yoon Choi, and also finally I read for the first time The Secret History, where I must have spent just as much time reading all 500 pages as I did thinking up my own cast list, both 90s version and a 2010 version, complete with directors, that you'll find in the description box. And this whole time I've uploaded a monthly wrap-up video with a corresponding monthly reading vlog, where I just show you the context of when and where I read these books. But to be honest with you, like, it's typically my family watching those vlogs because I have family scattered around the world, and it's been a nice way to like show them how I've been doing. So that's nice. So I'll direct you to my March 2022 reading vlog, because I went to a Ghost concert, which was very fun, but because of copyright issues, I have lo-fi music in the background, and the contrast is quite cute. I also read The Song of Achilles that month, and you can see the delight in my face as I'm reading it. And when I was reading the hotter scenes, I was holding onto my bookmark, and I like squeezed it so tight from excitement that I like bent my bookmark. I also read Circe that month, and I cried like a baby to it. But really why that vlog is one of my favorites is because I met Rachel from Rachel is Reading. She happened to be in San Diego for a week, and San Diego is an hour's drive from me. So I'm really glad that that got into a vlog. And then the third video that I would like to direct you to is my most recent one, the Charlie birthday book tag, where at this point you're starting to see that clear progression towards a more personable direction. I'm just getting a lot more chatty. And the wonderful community aspect where I get to gush about a perfectly random stranger who I've never met, but I happen to adore. And it was at that point where I was looking through all of my videos and wondering where to go from here. Because it has been pretty staid, is that the right word? Like linear, just monthly batches of videos, like just a collection of here's everything that I read and what I think about it. Like I feel like I should be trying to push for more, for like that next step. So that's where I am with my channel at the moment. And then question 1, which is what is my most viewed video and how do I feel about it? So I see all of the YouTube analytics. Do I know exactly what they mean? No. Do I care what they all mean? No. So I have no idea why my most viewed video is my August 2021 reads. Maybe it's because the thumbnail was of my Vivienne Westwood catwalk. Yeah, back then I cared so little of like how many people watched my videos because my thumbnails would all be just of like me holding one book, even though I talk about like 10 to 15 other books in that one video. Like book-wise, that video is pretty good. I talk about one of my favorite mangas, Paradise Kiss. I talk about an art book in there, a book about Louise Bourgeois' Prince. That Vivienne Westwood book has become one of my prized possessions in my art book collection. I even managed to get a few trashings in there. I try to be really positive, but like all of us, I do enjoy a good shit talking. And then I read the 3 Elena Ferrantes, and I read 2 Rivka Galkins, and I read a new release, Natasha Brown's Assembly. It is a good video to watch. However, it's not about the views, it's about that sweet, sweet engagement, isn't it? Like that's what matters. So instead, I will direct you towards the video with my most engagement, which is my June 2022 reads, where I have so much discussion in my comments that I was so happy about. And again, we're coming to that same conclusion of community, engagement, talking with people, interactions. And then I'll add on a 3rd prompt, I guess. 3 videos that I will make. I've always intended to do some sort of like Korean lit compilation video, or maybe like a series, I don't know, including mukbang, so that it feels very much more like chatting with friends over dinner, discussing books and authors. Like in 2021, I read amazing writers, Elena Ferrante, Ottessa Moshfegh, Melissa Broder, Sally Rooney, Mary H.K. Choi, like completionist status. And I intended to make a video about that, and I never got around to it. I believe that I said that in July, I will have a War and Peace vlog. It's not happening in July. I don't know when that's gonna come out, but I am still working on that one. And then finally, at this point, I feel like I've accumulated a pretty good, healthy, sizable personal library. I have to stop buying books. I have to start reading what I have, and then everything else, use and support my local library. So that means a bookshelf tour video pretty soon. And I never thought that I'd make shoutouts myself because I didn't think that I would ever speak to camera online. But I like to do 3 shoutouts, new channels that I started getting really into and communicating with. Pato, I think that a lot of you already heard about him after Benjamin Journal's shout out. He's a real one. He's very personable. He's super fun to watch. Kedevan reads. I'm so wowed by her eclectic reading taste. And she is doing a international reading challenge, and she's an American living in Paris. But I'm just so wowed by her eclectic reading taste. And I'm learning about new, lesser known international writers from her. In her mid-year freakout tag, she shows her spreadsheet, her reading tracking habits that just like blew me out of the water. And then sporadically reading. She is someone from Bookstagram who recently started her Booktube channel, and we read very similar things, but she always has a different approach in her opinions that I've always been very delighted by. So just in closing, what I hope to achieve with this video in particular is if you have ever wanted to start your own channel, but for whatever reason, like you're bad at editing, you're inarticulate, like talking to camera scares you, you don't like the way you look, you're worried about not having enough smart things to say, like This is all things that made me not want to start. But just start, just do it. And it's only been very recently since I haven't cried and completely wiped after each edit and upload. But the community aspect of Booktube has been so rewarding. And even if it's not about starting your channels, but just if you've been like creeping on Booktube and for whatever reason like haven't commented or anything, just do it. I love interacting with everybody. It's just so nice and joyful talking about books. And I say this very frequently, but like every day, you know, you read the news and you go, oh, people are poop. And then you go onto Booktube and you're like, people are wonderful. So yeah, this has been a very gratifying experience. One of the highlights of these past like horrible couple years. And I just want to thank each and every one of you very much for making this so. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.